I'm Robert Bearden.
And I'm Mark Terry, and today we have a milestone to talk about here on Appvoodoo.
Happy 10 billion downloads, iTunes.
Woo! Woo!
On today's show, we're going to be talking about 3 awesome apps. Today's theme is 10 billion downloads, and the 10 billion downloaded app was Paper Glider. So we have a whole paper theme for you today. We're going to be talking about Paper Glider, of course.
Paper Toss World Tour.
And we're going to be talking about, what's the last app?
Paper Football 3D.
Paper Football 3D.
Yeah, that brought me back to my high school days right there.
So let's talk about Paper Glider.
Simple. Very simple game. There's a paper airplane, and you just whiz your hand or your finger across the screen there, and you make it go. Now, the first thing you got to do is actually get it out the window. That's the first challenge.
Yeah.
You've got to avoid things like the ceiling fans, not throwing it hard enough, or throwing it too hard where it hits the ceiling.
Yep. Yep, and that's the hard part. Once you get it outside, it's relatively simple to keep it in the air because all you have to do is control the wind, which does require some getting used to, just some light taps to get it up and down. But getting it out the window is the hardest part because the fan will eat it up, the floor will crush it, and so will the roof. So you don't have a lot of room to play with, and you have to give it a nice. If you give it a nice good start or a nice good flick to start, then you'll actually get a nice movement, and it'll fly through the window and
now
go
your
for it.
skill comes in after it actually does get out the window. You'll have a wind meter. You can only tap the screen so many times before your wind meter runs out, and that's what's going to help you keep the airplane in the air as it goes across the city and out the desert and various scenes in the background.
Yep. Yeah, it even goes into outer space.
That's definitely where I've never made it to the outer space.
Oh, I made it to outer space.
Well, how far did you get?
I got up to 41,000
Holy
points.
mackerel!
Yeah,
well, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I got 3,600. So
yeah,
36,000.
I'm right at like 37 or 38. You get space.
I almost made it. Damn
almost
it.
made it. There was
that's a fun download. There doesn't really take a whole lot of skill, and it's not the most graphically intensive game. But I tell you, it still was a whole lot of fun.
It's a free app in the App Store right now. It's a free game. It's awesome.
And
Check
we
it
like
out.
free.
Yeah, we like free. But the company itself that makes it, Neon Play, is awesome. They have other games in there that are free as well that are still really good too. So check that out, and then check out the company too, Neon Play. They have a lot of good games as well. So
Paper going Toss with our paper theme, Paper Toss World Tour.
Now this is a sequel to the original Paper Toss. Everybody remembers the original Paper Toss where you're in the office, you're throwing it in the trash can, and you have the fan which pushes the paper or blows the paper to the left or the right depending on where the fan is. This is essentially the same thing, but it's a world tour, so you're doing it in different locations. What are some of the locations?
One of them was a German village.
Yeah.
One is the pyramids of Egypt.
There was, I think, the Taj Mahal was on there, wasn't it?
Yep, Taj Mahal. And then you also get a bonus level where you do it in the Antarctic.
Yep.
Basically, it tells you how fast the wind is blowing one direction or the other.
Well, it's not necessarily always wind. It could be snow, sandstorm.
Yeah.
But essentially,
it tells you that the wind is blowing a certain amount in a certain direction, and you've just got to make sure that you flick it hard enough to one side if it's a big wind to get it into the basket.
Yeah, exactly. As you go on, the trash can gets further and further away.
Yeah. If you've ever worked in a cubicle anywhere, you absolutely know exactly how to play this game. So
yeah,
I'm sure you wadded up paper and.
I'm gonna go ahead and have to ask you to come in on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We lost a couple people. Yeah. We need to sort of play catch up. Yeah.
All right. Last but not least.
On that note,
I lost Robert. It's somewhere along here. Last but not least,
I am now Bill Lumberg.
Is the one that I remember playing in high school, where you took a piece of paper and kind of folded it up and made a little triangle football out of it. It basically shows you two sides of the table. You got to hit it just enough to get into this little touchdown area, and once you're in the touchdown area, it changes it where you can actually flick it through the guy's fingers like this.
Yep, it seems relatively simple, but it's kind of hard to, for me at least, to get it into the touchdown area to actually score. You know, you flick it back and forth.
It's not very athletic.
Yeah, but once you get it in there, you just, like you said, you get it does the 3D thing. You flick the paper football and you know, you try to go for the points. So extra points.
Yeah,
so.
it really is cool, you know. And if you hit it too hard, it goes out of bounds. You can play a single-player game or a two-player game. The single-player game, I have to tell you that the AI of your opponent is really not that good.
Yeah.
The good thing about that is it gives you a chance to start playing the game and getting a feel for it. So when you do play somebody else, you're able to crush them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's a fun little game. You know, it's one of those little, you know, it's almost an airport game with the AI.
I think all three games that we talked about today are airport games.
Yep.
They don't take a whole lot of skills, so
nope.
Just something fun to do while you're waiting for something else to happen.
Yeah, and apparently there's a lot of people waiting right now with the weather storms up north. So
well, that's why I'm glad I don't live up north anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, my name's Mark.
And my name's Robert.
And this was Appvoodoo the show.
In HD.